Okay, so I'm going to show you a tucking scale. A scale where we can practice tucking all of our fingers. So we're going to play a scale of C major, but instead of playing it with our traditional fingering, a 1-octave scale of C major, which would be played with 4 fingers and then 4 fingers, and gives us the opportunity to tuck once. Instead, we're going to play a scale and we're going to play with only 2 fingers. First a 2 and a 1, which gives us many opportunities to practice our tucking. The exercise is going to look like this. Okay, now you'll notice that this is the same movement we've just practiced. But we were working in a stationary position. Yes, we were still moving because we were still tucking, but now our whole arm has to move up the harp as we move up the scale. So it becomes more challenging. As your hand moves up, often you'll get the bird beaks coming in. You'll get your fingers coming together and creating a bird beak because you're now concentrating on more than one thing. You're concentrating on this arm moving as well as the tucking motion. So watch out for that. So we don't want, as you move up your harp, these fingers to get closer and closer together. You can actually hear a change in my tone. And then I've got this bird beak at the top. Even as I'm moving up, I want to keep the same nice distance. Secondly, because we are now moving as well, it's very easy to start this wrist flapping. We definitely want to avoid any wrist flapping, so we don't want to have this. Okay, we don't need all this movement to play. Yes, the wrist should be nice and free, but it doesn't need to be moving every time we pluck. Okay, let's try it together slowly. 1, 2. In, tuck it under. Bend, tuck it over. In, tuck it under. Bend and over. Under, over. Back down. Thumb comes over. Good. Finishing on the red with a nice fist. Okay, and that's us done with our finger 2. Let's now try with our finger 3. Our finger 2, which we were using, is now tucked away in the hand, out the way. As we move up the scale and our elbow comes out to give us space, we don't want these fingers to get closer and closer together. We want them to keep a nice distance. Ready? After 2. 1, 2. Pull it in, tuck it under. Bend, tuck it over. Let your fingers do the work. Let your wrist be the support. Back down. It's the same principle. Keep your 2 and 3 tucked out of the way whilst you're working. Don't allow your fingers to get closer and closer. It gets harder as you use the higher number of fingers. The third's harder than the second in generally, and the fourth is harder again in general. Here we go. 1, 2. Under, over, under, over, under, over, and back down. Good. Buddy's joined us as well. finishing on the red. Okay, and there's my nice fist to finish. And I didn't feel the need to wobble my wrist as I moved through the whole exercise.